In this short video, we're going to look at some different stages of skill development. We'll start with the classification of a beginner and look at things like initiation and the acquisition of skills and movement. We'll go to intermediate levels where athletes begin to consolidate some of these skills and movements. Then we'll get to the advanced level where athletes begin to refine their movements, and some of them may even eventually get to creative variations. When we look at the beginner stage, we start with initiation. This is where the athlete is first introduced to the skill. They may have performed this skill on their own, but this is the first time they've received any type of structured coaching for it. It's really important that the athlete have a clear mental image of what that correct skill looks like. When the athlete moves into the acquisition stage, this is the early stages of learning. The athlete is now capable of coordinating key components of movement. They begin to execute them in the correct order. For example, throwing a ball. Athletes at this stage need to understand what they have to do, and they have a good mental picture of the task. However, both form and performance tend to deteriorate when the athlete is under extreme pressure or they need to react quickly in a competitive situation. When we move into the intermediate stage, athletes begin to consolidate their skills learned. They can now execute the skill or movement with correct control, synchronization, and rhythm. Athletes are also able to handle a little bit more pressure while still being able to perform the skill with correct form. Often at this stage, athletes have had a lot of repetitions under varied conditions. Finally, athletes get to the advanced stage, where they begin to refine their movements and skills. The athlete can now execute movement that is very close to ideal. Their performance is consistent and their precision is high. Often at this stage, only minor fine-tuning is necessary to achieve optimal execution. The athlete begins to be exposed to complex or demanding competitive situations that require the skill to execute at a very high level. They also learn how to solve problems they encounter. When an athlete reaches the creative variation stage, they're probably one of the best in the world at their sport. What this means is they've been exposed to complex and demanding competitive situations that require the skill to perform under pressure. Youth athletes will probably never reach this stage. It's important to keep in mind where your athlete falls within this category of skill development.